Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we are bringing you My Hero Academia chapter number 87. It was supposed to be released last week. I believe it got released late yesterday, and I didn't get around to doing it yesterday, so I wanted to do it today before I do my regular reviews for today, which basically have been awesome. So hopefully today you're going to see My Hero Academia's review, which is now, then Fairy Tail, then 7 Deadly Sins, and then Black Clover tomorrow, as per usual, and we do what we need to do from there. It's going to be a short review purely because a lot of things happen in a short period of time. I'll do a bit of explanation, but without further ado, let's get into the review. So, to kind of, before going into the main nitty-gritty bits of the chapter, on those that have actually read it, you probably know where I'm coming from with you, but I just want to give you an idea of timelines. So to explain, the whole situation with the kids happened before the press conference. So just to confirm that, because the press conference, kids were watching it while they were going to the hideouts. So when we saw all the issue and the situation with Bakugou kind of blowing people up and stuff like that, that was done after they'd made their mind up to actually attack. So that's why the enemies were so surprised, because they literally just seen a press conference and then they got attacked. So it shows that, I guess, catching them by surprise, they had to be efficient, they had to be organized to do this. So it's brilliant from the heroes. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Now, before anything else, the student side of it was, interesting. We had the idea of, they're going into the firing line, and it's really, it's going to be a tense situation. It turned out to be pretty anticlimactic from that point of view, because the students got to where they needed to get to. They got to see the normal storage area, but they didn't really get involved other than that. Now, one thing I did really like in this was Karishma having night vision goggles. They go, "Where did you get this from?" He goes, "Oh yeah, this is the expensive model. I got it off Amazon." That made me laugh. It was just cool that they brought some real life stuff into it. Much like earlier on, the whole thing in the anime, they mentioned YouTube, but in a different way. So it's kind of cool they use real life technologies and things we're accustomed to as human beings in this day and age into the anime and the manga. I thought that was kind of cool. So now the fight begins. So what I liked about this was the entrance was just pretty cool. So effectively it was a knock on the door, pizza delivery, pow, straight through the wall, All Might's there, all hell breaks loose. And that combination between Kamui and Gran Torino was amazing, because when you think about it, Gran Torino is super fast, right? You can move around, bounce all over the place. Kamui can subdue the movements of the enemy, so them combined was just too much for them. They literally could not do anything. It got to a point where everyone was subdued with pretty much an instant, and the enemies were overwhelmed. The enemies had a backup plan, which was the Nomus being transported, but that had been taken care of. So basically, the heroes ended up going to where the villains were based on the knowledge that they had, and because the students were facing a tracker as well, they were going to where the Nomu was, and basically the Nomu area was attacked. The Mount Lady basically put on a truck as a slipper and just slammed it down, taking care of the Nomu. And if you missed it, the pussycat that was actually missing was also caught. Now here's a few things to bear in mind. Although at this moment in time it looks like everything is good, there was even a part where it looked like Bakugou was gonna cry, but it was relieved more than anything else. When you get situations like this, it's important to think there's going to be a twist. Now here's a few things that come to mind. You've got to bear in mind that the top few pros are there. So you've got All Might's there, Endeavor's there, and a few other people. One was missing from the top 5, I believe, but the majority of them were there. Now, being that the underlings have been taken care of, this might be a situation where All For One turns up. So we know he has the ability to take abilities and give them, similar to how All Might is, but it's very, it's very specific. It's just that one power that keeps getting passed over, because he was originally All For One gave the ability to his younger brother, right? So it's quite possible in this situation with so many powerful and good top heroes being all in one area that he appears and starts taking everyone's ability. It's also quite possible that they've already taken the ability of that pussycat, who could basically surround the area and see where the enemies are. Bearing in mind, All For One has already a multitude of abilities as it is. Although he seems to be damaged, I don't think that he's like incapable of attacking. So it's quite possible he may make his move right now, while everything's like, oh yeah, everything's cool, we won, we're the best. The heroes may rest on the laurels in this situation, and he might use this to his advantage. Bearing in mind, All Might's already passed on his ability to Deku. He might not take that from him, but it's quite possible that he can take everyone else's ability. So a little bit of thought there. Very simple chapter, some funny moments. Bakugao has been saved. The villains have been taken care of. The Pussycat has been saved. The Nomus have been taken care of. So it rounds up everything there. Just for some reason, I just think something is going to happen. So I'm going to leave that with you. It may just be me being paranoid, but for some reason I think that's going to happen. If it does happen, you've heard it first here. No one else has mentioned this. But that's my review. I hope you enjoyed the chapter. Sorry it's late. It came out late. I had to review it late. Please show your support by subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. I will leave all my links in the description below for those that are using computers, and you just need to go to my channel if you've got a tablet or some type of smart device. All the links will be in the section below, including my other channel, Cinematics. That's for TV, movie, sports. I will start doing more things around that, and as well as all my other social media that I'm linked into, whether it's Reddit, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, no Instagram, that's private for now, and a few other things. So feel free to check them out. And as always, peace, and I'll see you in the next video.